And Heidi, you want to mute everybody?
Yeah, I'm actually not seeing where this noise is coming from.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Today we're going to go through how to tell a story. And I'm going to share my screen now. Oh, Heidi, I need to get screen share.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You good?
Oh, now I need a mic. I'm on mute.
It should be good. Do you see it?
Mute.
Oh. It is not letting me unmute you. This is a fun little hiccup. What if I make you the host? Would that be all right?
No, you're good.
I cannot unmute you.
Okay, then make me the host.
Okay, you are the host with the most.
Okay, well, welcome everybody. Can everyone hear me? Okay. Heidi, can you hear me? Yeah, okay. All right, let me unmute you. Okay. All right, well, let's get started. So today's winner, so we have a ritual with Creativity Camp. So welcome everyone. If you're from different parts of the country, welcome. So we have a daily winner that we do every day, and our winner for today Yeah, here we go. Sorry. Let me change this. Okay, here we go. So our winner from today is Anya's daughter, and we drew fairies and castles last week. And the second advanced drawing winner is Jocelyn. So congrats. So you guys win both a copy of Mixed, and just let Heidi know where to send the book to. And today we're going to go through how to tell a story. So a little bit about me. My name is Ari Chung. I'm a children's book author and illustrator. Now I have written and illustrated 10 books so far. The first books were Ninja, and the second set of books were the How to Pee books. I also illustrated a book called The Fix-It Man. I wrote and illustrated a book called Out, and I made the illustrations for The Danger Gang, and my latest book is called Mixed. So we're going to look at Mixed today. And the most fun part of telling stories is actually seeing lots of kids dress up and interact, and it's just so much fun to see people enjoy your books and enjoy the adventures. Mix has been a really popular book in schools, so we're going to read today, but there's been plays made all over the country. I know at least 4 or 5 plays now that have been made of Mix, so it's really, really fun. And Mix actually won the FCBG Award, which is the best children's book in the UK last year, and it was voted on entirely by kids. So today I'd like to read to you Mixed, and we're going to actually break down the story in terms of beginning, a middle, and end, and I'm going to walk you through an exercise to where you get to tell your own story, okay? So give me a thumbs up if that sounds good, okay? Awesome. Mixed, a colorful story. In the beginning, there were 3 colors: reds, yellows, and blues. Reds were the loudest, la, 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 la. Yellows were the brightest, and blues were the coolest. Everyone lived in color harmony until one afternoon when a red said, "Reds are the best." The yellows disagreed. "No, we're the best because we're the brightest." And the blues were too cool to even respond. The colors decided to live in separate parts of the city. But one day, a yellow noticed blue, and something happened. "I feel so happy when I'm near you, and I feel so calm when I'm with you." Yellow and blue became inseparable. Life felt so vibrant, but not all of the colors were happy about it. Colors shouldn't mix. I don't like that yellow's effect on blue. That blue isn't bright enough for yellow. But yellow and blue loved each other so much they decided to mix. Together, they created a new color. They named her green. Green was bright like yellow and calm like blue, but really she was a color all of her own. The colors were fascinated. I've never seen anything like her before. She's so cute. Even the grumpy colors fell in love with green. Can I hold her? The colors began to see new possibilities. Soon, other colors mixed and mixed and mixed and mixed. There were so many new colors and a lot of new names. Don't forget your glasses, Lavender. Be careful, Jade. Have fun, Amber. The old neighborhoods of Redville, Bluetown, and Yellow Heights didn't make sense anymore. Everyone wanted to live together, so they rebuilt the city. The new city was full of color. It wasn't perfect, but it was home. And that's the end. Look, there's so many new colors. So let's look at how to tell a story. So I know that everyone's heard that a story has, a beginning, a middle, and an end. So what does that actually really look like? So in the beginning, you want to ask yourself these questions. Who are the characters? Where do they live? And what's the problem that they have, right? Hold on one second. Let me check one thing. Okay, here we go. So in the beginning, we want to establish the characters. And I have a story framework that I use when I'm telling my story. So in the beginning, we want to establish the characters. We want to hook the audience. So hooking the audience means grabbing their attention. Then we want to define the problem. We want to have what I call the inciting incidents. And what the inciting incidents is, it's an event that happens that starts the story. And so don't worry if you guys don't get it yet. I'm going to walk you through every single bit of it. Then we want to escalate the problem. We actually want to make the problem worse, okay? And that leads to the peak and the resolution of the story, and then we lead to a satisfying ending. Okay, so the beginning is the first four things. The first four things are what makes the beginning of the story. In the middle of the story is that you make the problem worse in the story, and then at the end, you want to resolve the story, the problem, and you want to have a happy ending, okay? So let's look at how we do this with mixed. So in the beginning, we're establishing the characters. There's reds, yellows, and blues. It's a primary world. It's a primary world. So we're establishing the characters. We're establishing where they live. And right on the end pages, we're giving a hint at the problem. So you see here that red's shouting and yellow and blue are looking at each other. So we're kind of forecasting what might happen later. And then we get right into it. In the beginning, there were three colors, reds, yellows, and blues. There's the reds, there's the yellows, and there's the blues. Okay, so let's look at how we actually hook the readers. So we hook the readers with this scene is we could say, everyone lived in color harmony until, and it says ... What's going to happen? one afternoon when a red said, reds are the best. So this is the problem, right? That reds think they're the best. And a lot of other reds also say that reds are the best. And this is the event that happens. This is the inciting incidents, okay? So if you're taking notes at home, write down the inciting incidents is the event that happens in the story that kickstarts the story. Now we want to escalate the problem. So we want to make the problem worse. So now the yellow said, no, we're the best because we're the brightest. And the blues, they were too cruel to respond. They just walked away. So let's actually even make that problem worse. Now everyone's mad at each other. So they're living in different parts of the city. But then one day, a yellow noticed a blue, and yellow and blue fall in love. Blue says, I feel so happy when I'm near you. And yellow says, and I feel so calm when I'm with you. So now we're going to escalate the problems. But all the other colors are not happy, right? So they're still against yellow and blue falling in love. But yellow and blue don't listen, and they decide to get married anyway. And that's when they created a new color. So this is the peak of the story. And now we're going to start resolving the end, right? So when yellow, blue create green, green is a whole new color. And she's both like yellow and blue. And she's so bright and happy. And all the colors fall in love with green. Everyone's fascinated. And they began to see new possibilities. So this is the solution to the problem in the story. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense, guys. Awesome. Okay, so in the end, the colors see new possibilities, then they mix, and they mix, and they mix. And that's where we're building to the satisfying ending where where the colors decide to rebuild the city. So now they're taking down the old Blue Town, Redville, and Yellow Heights. And they're building a new city at the end. And we end with so many colors. Okay, so here at Creativity Camp, we love to teach you, but we also want you to actually to apply these principles. So I have an exercise for you guys, okay? So here's the exercise. I want you to write down the beginning, the middle, and the end of your favorite book. And you're looking for these 7 things. Number 1, establishing the characters. Number 2, you want to hook the audience. Number 3, you want to define the problem. Number 4, you want to have inciting incidents. Number 5, you want to escalate the problem. Number 6, you want to have the peak and the resolution. And number 7, you want to have a satisfying ending. Now, pretty much all stories follow this framework. And by doing this exercise, you're going to see this in practice. So I want to give you an example of this. And I'm sure you guys have read Dogman, right? So let's actually look at Dogman as this exercise, because this is going to be part of your homework. So Dogman, in the beginning, you'll remember the chief comes in and he sees Greg and the dog just laying on the couch. And he says, hey, you guys are the worst cops ever. Get out of my sight. So Officer Knight and Greg the dog are basically lazy guys. And what's the problem? Well, they're the worst cops ever. So we're also establishing Petey, the evil cat, and his sidekick. And his evil sidekick says, that cop and that police are back. And Petey says, who cares? He says, aren't you worried about those two? Heck no. And Petey goes on to explain that the cop and the dog, that the dog has brains, but he has no body, and the cop has a body, but he has no brains. And then the assistant says, what if they got to working together? And he says, oh, that might be a problem. So he says, fortunately, I have a solution. So Petey has a bomb. So this is the hook right there. What's he going to do with that bomb? And then we turn the page and kablooey! The inciting incident is when the bomb blows up and Greg and the dog are both blown up. And he says, how do you feel, old friend? Roof, me too. And that's when, so the inciting incident is when he gets blown up and they turn him into Dogman. And this is when escalating. So now Petey is trying to take down Dogman, right? He says, rats, I unwittingly created the greatest cop of ever, but I know just how to stop him. So he puts together this Roomba amazing kind of vacuum monster to go after them. So what's the escalation? Well, he's going to go after them with this vacuum machine. And so Dogman is swallowed by the vacuum until the vacuum blows up because it's taking in too much water. And then Petey gets thrown out, and Dogman actually arrests Petey. And at the end, we solve the problem because Dogman captures Petey, and everyone says, "Hooray! He's a jolly good doggy." And so now Dogman is now actually the best cop ever. He started as the worst cop ever, and now he's the best cop ever. Okay, so I want to help you guys brainstorm some ideas for stories. And so when you're brainstorming ideas for stories, you start with a character, a place, and a problem. Okay, so if you're at home, I want you to get some Post-it notes. We're going to do this exercise together for the next 5 minutes. Okay. So here's the exercise that we're going to do. We're going to brainstorm characters actually, we're just going to do it for 1 minute instead of 2. And you can also add more. And then we're going to brainstorm places for 1 minute. And lastly, we're going to brainstorm problems for 1 minute. And the last step is that you combine these ideas together to see what kind of story idea you can have. Okay? So I'm going to actually put the timer on. Timer, 1 minute.
Okay, your timer is set for 1 minute.
Okay, next we're going to do place for 1 minute. Timer, 1 minute.
Your timer is set for 1 minute.
Okay, last step, guys, is we're going to brainstorm problems for 1 minute. Timer, 1 minute.
Your timer is set for 1 minute.
So some problems might be I'm hungry, or I want to drive a bus, or it could be anything. It could be loneliness or boredom, or maybe it could be feeling left out. So brainstorm as many ideas as you can in this next minute. Okay, cool. All right, so this is what you're going to do is you're going to take your Post-its and you're going to look at which combination makes a good story. So it might be, for example, that a fish has a chili that falls into his fishbowl and he ate it, and now it's hot, and he's trying to get out to the other side to get a glass of milk. It can be anything, right? So you want to come up with a character, place, and problem. And then your story, you want to think about how you can solve that problem, okay? All right. So I want you to combine these, and you can see which Post-it notes can make a good idea. And then you can save these Post-it notes on an index card, okay? And so I want you to post them both onto Facebook. So we're going to email you some directions on how to post them on Facebook or on Instagram. And then one lucky winner will win a copy of Mix. And tomorrow I'm going to show you guys how to draw. And today at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'll actually be answering your questions because I know you guys have lots and lots of questions. So I'll be answering your questions on Instagram on an Instagram Live. So you can come meet me at Ari-chan, okay? And keep on sharing to win prizes. We're actually going to give out 2 iPads and Apple Pencils this week. We're going to announce the first one on Wednesday, and then we're going to announce the second winner on Friday. All right. So that is it for the first lesson. I want to thank you guys for showing up and coming. Let me know in the chat room if you had fun. And all the participants, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm sorry that we had a little technical difficulties with the screen, but we'll get that fixed for tomorrow, okay? All right, so I will be emailing you guys some reminders on posting your homework, and we will see you back here tomorrow, same place, same time, same link, and I'll be teaching you how to draw. So today's kind of like so this whole week is like a little preview of lots of creativity that you can do. It's a ton of fun learning how to tell stories. Let me know if you guys had fun telling stories, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.